Now, we have the opportunity for every one of the candidates to have closing remarks to mention something they may want to include that they hadn't discussed before. And as a follow-up, I'm going to let Mike start it off, and we'll just go left, or in this case, left to right. Okay.
Let me be very clear. We have a wonderful town. I believe we have a wonderful town council and a mayor who've done a fantastic job, and my hat's off to them. My father, his parents came from Germany, and my father was a tough German. And he always said to me, Michael, if you do what you always do, you will get what you've always got. And so I've dedicated a lot of my life to making things different and taking charge of where I'm going. And I've done that in my own businesses, and I've done that with other businesses, is to take charge of that future and to set a course and to set the sails where we sail together into that future with some sense of clear direction, involvement, participation, and passion. And so tonight, I hope my comments have been instructive to you around what I think is important, and that is planning and execution of a plan and inclusion of people in that process so that we have a collective view and commitment to how we get to our future. And I'm willing to work in that space diligently. Thank you.
Thank you. Melissa.
I love this town. I'm passionate about it. I told the mayor when I was first elected I wanted to work on economic development because I was seeing a lot of empty storefronts. I believe we need to think strategically and monitor our finances. And I believe a healthy Carefree depends on bringing in new homeowners, new businesses, new visitors, and repeat visitors for our shops, as well as maintaining our charm and keeping Carefree carefree. And I would appreciate your vote.
Thank you.
The primary reason for an elected town official is to determine policy that'll guide and protect our early growth and development. I'm proud to be part of that within our community. And also, I think always, again, it comes to public safety, police and fire. That is my forte. And I believe that is the primary reason of any government is to provide the health and welfare to our citizens. As always, I worked hard for this town and all of its citizens and businesses, and I would appreciate your trust in me and re-electing me. I'd be honored to the council. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again for taking time out of the evening and missing the Westminster Kennel Show tonight. I've served this town 4 years on the council, 1 year on P&D before that, and now 4 years as mayor. Pretty much what you see is what you get. I try to respect everyone and their opinions, give everyone an opportunity to present what they'd like to do. Carefree has a plan for the future. It's General Plan 2030, approved by you voters. And it basically says, keep Carefree carefree. We need to work on improving our economy. We need to keep the residential areas the way they are. I ask for your support in this election. I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Carefree is a great place to live. I've had the good fortune of living here for 23 years. And it's not an accident that it's such a great place to live. It's taken good judgment, financial discipline, and values and of those who have preceded us to make that happen. So as we move forward, as we've discussed tonight, we need to help the town financially. We have to find ways to make sales tax revenues grow. And when we do that, we need to work with our merchants, and we need to maintain a balance of the character of our town, so we don't compromise that. As Gary Neese fondly says often, we have to have progress and not politics, and I'm definitely on board for that. I'm open-minded, I work hard, I'm honest, and I'm a good listener. In my profession, I'm a manufacturer sales representative, so I represent suppliers from around the world, from Europe, Asia, America, and I sell to customers in the United States and Mexico. And to make that happen, I need to listen, I need to find solutions, I need to bring people together, and that's what I do, and I'm good at that. And that's what we need to do in this position here today. I feel strongly about working for the community. Over the last 6 years, I've served on the town council, I've served on planning and zoning when we put together the general plan 2030, I've served on the subdivision committee. In my community where I live, in Carefree Foothills, I've been the president of the association for several years, and I serve on the board of the Desert Foothills Land Trust. So I'd be honored to have your vote in the March 12th election. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to talk fast, which is going to come as a complete shock to any of you who know me. Just on the general thing, I mean, Carefree is a small town. It's going to stay a small town. It will always be a small town. Small things can have value. Diamonds are nice. They're not real big, but they're nice. So we need to maximize Carefree's value without changing its character, and we need to promote and embrace that character and brand it as such. On to the aspects of why me for doing this. My background is as a real estate lawyer, but just being around real estate a lot. I'm a very practical guy. I can be very focused to the point of annoying other council members sometimes when I'm just like, hey, this is what we're talking about. And very bottom line oriented, and that's where I like to end up. But the only way to get to the right answer about something is to make sure you're asking the right question. So hopefully that's what I bring, is an ability to sort of wade through all of the noise and find out what the problem is. To which the other thing that we need to do is avoid drama and controversies, which we have successfully done over the last couple of years. And those of you who know me know what my patience level is for that. To that end also, the most important thing you can do is, we have a great group up here. You can't go wrong. I mean, pick any one of them. You know, we're fine. The town's going to be fine no matter what you do. Get out there and vote. And the reason I say that is, I want us to show the people who think that controversy is the only thing that gets people out and active, that they're dead wrong. And that when things are going right, people are more interested than when things are going wrong, and maybe their newspapers will pick up on that. So,
thank you. I would certainly support what Marty just said.
Oh, sure.
Let me talk a little bit. We've talked about the importance of residents, and that certainly is key. We've talked about the importance of our retailers and the commercial interests in town, and the mutual reliance and interdependence of these. We can't have success in one area without the success of the other. I believe that I offer a number of reasons, a couple reasons, why I could help the council, whom I totally support. I mean, I know most of these people. We've worked together. I'll get into that in a little bit. My area that I worked in for 30 years was in marketing. Annual planning tends to be a benchmark. What are we going to do to move this business ahead in the next year? Okay, the budget, the programs, implementing those programs, this is something that I think could be a benefit. I think that also another thing that I would offer and support is my community involvement. I'm a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission, recently appointed to that. If Al would have a meeting, we could... I've worked with the town probably for the last 7 or 8 years extensively. I was the president of the Boulders Homeowner Association for 3 years, vice president for 3 years. We're term limited to 6 years. Cell phone coverage, the Boulders was the first because it's half in Scottsdale, half in Carefree. So it was a test market for Carefree. The infamous Black Mountain sewer processing plant, which is located in the middle of the Boulders, I have been the intervener and working with the town, both with Wayne Fulcher, with Mayor Schwan, etc., with Gary, very, very closely for the last 7 years, and I think that's going to come to fruition very closely. I also do a number of other things that I think merit some discussion. I'm a director of an organization called New Pathways for Youth, 800 kids, basically 14 to 17 from dysfunctional families, parents are dead, incarcerated. We have one-on-one mentors, we work with those. My wife and I also work with the Maricopa Pima Indian community just to the east of Scottsdale. I mean, think of a community where you lose 22% of your youth to drugs and alcohol by the time they're mid-20s.
Les, we're running out of time.
Okay, I would ask for your vote. I would love to do a good job for you.
Thank you.
I think we can all agree that Carefree is really provides a wonderful sense of community. It's been a pleasure for me to be to sit on your council for the last 2 years. I would like to have the opportunity to serve on the next term and continue the good work that we've started. I want to improve the quality of life for every resident of Carefree. I will always focus on the impact to our residents and their input prior to making my decision. As your current council member, I focus on prioritizing the issues facing the town, posing solutions to those identified problems, gathering the facts to be informed, and determine what the impact would be to our residents prior to implementation. In other words, doing the right thing for you and using a common sense approach. Carefree has been a great place to call home and has provided a wonderful lifestyle for us all. I want to give back to our community by serving once again on your town council, and I ask for your support and vote. Thank you.
I thank all the candidates for their spirited discussion tonight, and I'd like to thank all the audience members for coming out on this chilly evening. Hopefully it's not snowing outside. There are cocktails and hors d'oeuvres available in the rear of the Opera House, so enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Just off the cuff, I want to say that the entire Foothills area, and this includes Carefree, Cave Creek, North Scottsdale, North Phoenix, has got a fabulous sense of volunteerism. I mean, it's very rare to see the volunteerism that we are privileged to deal with in this town between our nonprofit organizations and the people who volunteer for them and support them financially. And we thank all of you for that. We hope you found this forum to be informative and helpful. Please stay engaged with your local government and exercise your right to vote. If anyone's not on my Carefree Truth email list and you would like to be added, you can either write down your email address and give it to me tonight, or I have cards with my email address and you can contact me. Thank you all for coming out.